Hi, my name's Ahava. Welcome to my channel. We are gonna make some latkes tonight in honor of Chanukah because it is the fourth night tonight. So we've got potatoes, sweet potatoes, and carrots, and some onion. We're gonna do a potato latke, very traditional, classic. We're gonna do sweet potato latke, also pretty common, not necessarily traditional, but very tasty and very nutritious. In order to make our potato latkes, we're gonna start by peeling about 950 grams of potatoes. You can make this, you can make more, you can make less, but I've got 950 grams of potatoes, which is about a kilo, almost 2 pounds. I've got 2 medium onions. We're gonna put 2 large eggs. We're gonna put a sprinkle of gluten-free flour, some salt, some pepper, and that's gonna be it. We are gonna grate our potatoes by hand and peel them by hand because I don't wanna have to clean the food processor. I always like to have a plastic bag that we get from the grocery store with our veggies to put scraps into because it makes it easier to throw them away. You can also save your vegetable scraps and freeze them and use it to make a veggie stock. So we're gonna just peel these and then grate them. So we have got out, these are dairy bowls, but this is my parve cutting board because our grater is parve. Paring knife to trim off any pieces that have started to grow on your potato or that don't look so nice. And honestly, if you really if you don't have a peeler, you can just use a paring knife. It's as easy, sometimes easier than using a peeler. You just kind of want to take the edge off. I'm going to use a peeler because for me it is faster to use the peeler. Especially after a long day. So yeah, we're gonna peel. And here we're just peeling. You want to start with your white or non-colored vegetables before you get into things like sweet potatoes, beets, carrots, just for the aesthetics of it. And when we grate our potato, we're gonna do it over a dish towel so we can squeeze the extra moisture out. Some nice potatoes. We've got a dish towel. You want the big side on the grater. You can also go for the medium, but this just has more surface area. You can mix it up too. You can do like one on the big side, a couple on the small. And there's something very satisfying about the potato, just they grate so nicely. They grate so much more nicely than the carrots. This is your obligatory reminder to watch your fingers when you grate. The last thing you want to be doing instead of eating latkes is sitting in the waiting room in urgent care. Okay, this isn't all of the potato yet, but we take a break because the peeler filled up. You've got all your potatoes. We're gonna go over to the sink. Right, so you grab and you twist. You're gonna squeeze as much extra water out as you can. If you want, you can do this over a bowl and save the potato starch. I don't find it to be worth the time and the energy, but that's just me. So we're gonna take the scraps. We're gonna dump the potato. And then for these little potatoes, I am gonna go for the smaller, not the littlest side, but like the medium. And just, when you're grating by hand, remember it's okay if there are chunky bits left. Chunky bits never hurt. Okay, same idea for the onion. So here you just peel and grate. Anything that doesn't grate nicely, we're gonna chop. We're gonna squeeze this bit. Chop it out. Get all the goodness best you can. And then back to the sink to squeeze. Okay. So now we want to add some salt and some pepper because salt is what gives food flavor. So we're gonna take salt. This is like iodized table salt. You don't have to get fancy. give it a good pour. It's a lot of potato. For the pepper, we like things a little spicy, but I do like a pinch or two. You're gonna do 2 eggs. See, I had a slight mishap, so it's cracked, but that's fine. You crack the egg. You're gonna look, you wanna see. You make sure there's no blood spots. There's nothing that shouldn't be there. Because if there's a blood spot, we can't eat it. We're gonna do 2 eggs because this is a big batch. And then for the gluten-free flour, or for the flour, you just want like a good heap. It's probably about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup. Then mix it up a little bit. You want to get those eggs broken down. Everything mixed together, and we're going to see how we feel about the texture. And it's looking good because you want something that'll hold together, but it's not too eggy. Like you can see that there's egg in there and it sticks together. That's all you're looking for. Okay. We've also got, don't forget about the royal, wonderful orange vegetables. Okay, beta carotene for the win. Same basic process. Peel the vegetables. You don't have to squeeze sweet potatoes and carrots out. They just don't hold liquid the same way that onions and regular potatoes do. Same old peel and cut. Bottom of my bowl got a little dirty. We're just gonna rinse it out. Since we're not squeezing them out, we're gonna grate into the bowl. This is the part where you regret not using your electric food processor and instead being stubborn and doing this all by hand. Okay, we've got clean hands. It looks to me like I'm gonna want a second onion here too. Okay, especially because this is the littler egg. Again, about 1/4 or 1/3 cup of flour, nothing more than that. You don't want it to be like bready. A little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of pepper. Some salt. Yeah, this is definitely gonna need another egg. And a bigger bowl. Also a dairy bowl. Okay, now we're ready to fry. We're using olive oil. You can use any oil really. Honestly, other oils are better than olive oil for this. You want something with a higher smoke point for frying. Just happens to be that we almost exclusively use olive oil, so that's what we have in the house. We're gonna wait for that to heat up. I'm gonna clean up the kitchen, and then we'll get frying. Okay, so we're back. I checked already, but I'll show you. I just take a little water off my fingers, and then it popples. That's how you know it's done. Okay. I took off my rings. I don't want to have to pick egg out of my rings, and it's also better for food safety. So you make like a patty, and you plop it semi more gracefully than that if you can. Also, that's the giantest latke ever. You really want something a little smaller. And gently plop. If they're falling apart, use a fork to hold them together and to move them. If the oil is hot when you put the latkes in, you don't have to let them sit on that first side for so long, a minute, minute and a half. But the longer you wait, the more golden brown they will be, and the crispier and crunchier and tastier. It really just is a game of patience here. Yeah, that one's ready. You see you get a nice brown color. And then you wait, flip, 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 plate. And the pro to being the one who's cooking is you can sneak some. And you see it's got that nice steamy goodness. So fast forward and we're working on the sweet potatoes. That one we're gonna let cook a little longer because it just touched all the delicious raw egg. Salmonella is not our friend. So that is a nice big plate of potato latkes. So here you have the sweet potato latkes. All in all, it took about half an hour to fry everything, and I lost my patience. If I was more patient, they would have stuck together better. So if this is any indication, the potato latkes turned out pretty well, because in the time it took me to fry those, they disappeared. Hi guys, thanks for sticking around this long. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Throw something down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you'll know when I post my next video.